The processing of sales orders can happen either through the mobile app or through the back office application, which we're looking at now. For this purpose of this video, we're going to just look at the back office version. We do have a separate video for the mobile version as well. So to get to it, it's in the orders module here, and the first one, sales orders. I'm just going to click plus to add a new one. And when you're adding sales orders, you have a few options in terms of copying. You could copy from a previous order. This is similar to an order that you've done in the past. You could copy from a purchase order, or you could copy from a quote. Just start one fresh, not copy at all. Just pick a customer here, and then it pre-fills with all the information that's known about this customer already, including who the sales rep is, address information, shipped to. And then if we want to, we can input the ETD here, or the requested ship date, and it's going to pre-fill with what user is doing the data entry here. We call that the preparer. It's pre-filling with the default sales rep has been defined at the customer level, but you could change that here if you want to. Uses today's date, but you can change that if you want, for the actual date of the order. If you reference this as a blanket order, then essentially what you're saying is that you're not necessarily defining the shipping schedule at this point. The customer is committing to a quantity and a price, and the shipping schedule will be defined at a later date. That's the idea. And it shows differently in reports. If it's a consignment order, what we're saying is we're going to ship the goods to the customer, and then they will pay for them at a later date. And you can specify, they can pay for it, say, when they sell it, or you can specify a set number of days, say like 90 days maximum, where that will get billed out, whether they've sold it or not, after 90 days. The terms and conditions allow you to input discounts and additional charges. The payment terms will come in based on default, whatever you set at the customer level, but you can change that here. If the customer is buying on letter of credit, you can indicate that. You can say how you're shipping to them. Any order remarks will show up on the order confirmation document. So this is basically comments that you want to share on the order confirmation. And then you can indicate the specific items that you're selling. So let's say I choose this product here. As soon as you select the product, by the way, this little icon appears, and you can hover over that, and that gives you a picture of your current inventory. It lists out each warehouse that you have inventory available in and how much is in each warehouse. And then if you have inventory in transit or on the water, that shows there as well. This little icon is also customizable. So there's different things we can display there. If you want to show open POs, we could show that. If you want to show a sales history, or really anything you want to see, it can be just displayed in that pop-up there. You can upload and attach documentation if you want here. So if the customer sends you a PO, you want to reference that, you can. And then you can have as many additional custom fields as you want here, with custom tabs and custom fields as you want off to the end. A couple other comments about this. So as you're building out the order, let's say I want to order 50 cases of this. When you enter the quantity, the extended price will calculate, but you have to click to another tab and then click back to get it. And it's also going to calculate the total CBM, total weight, and total number of pallets for the order as well. So these calculations are all done based on carton dimensions and carton weights that you've defined at the product level. So it's helping you sort of figure out, specifically if you're shipping, like direct shipping to a customer, and you want to make sure that you're selling them a full container load to maximize the space on the container, then that can be helpful for that. Also, there's this preview here. Let me just refresh this. That gives you a picture. Let's go to full preview. Gives you a picture of the estimated profit or expected profit on this order. So what it does is it'll use your sale price, and then to calculate the cost, there's some logic here where if this order is pre-allocated against a purchase order, then it'll use the cost of that pre-allocated purchase order. If it's not, then it just looks at the oldest lot in inventory and the landed cost on that specific lot. And it uses that, it assumes that that's what you're going to be selling them. And then it uses that to calculate the costing, and then the gross profit in dollars as a percentage is calculated there. You can also drill down, let me just hide that. You can drill down into the lines themselves if you wanted to update, like if you wanted to break out, say, multiple shipments to the customer, that can be done in the shipment schedule. Here you can add additional shipments, modify the pricing on each individual shipment if you want to. If you wanted to adjust the terms or apply discounts to individual lines or individual shipments, you can do that. So right now we're at the line level here, but you can drill down into individual shipments to modify detail at the shipment level as well. Couple comments about pre-allocating. So from the line detail here, you can pre-allocate this with a purchase order, or in fact, if there's many line items on here, you can pre-allocate them to many purchase orders as well. But you have the ability to, if you select that scan, this was going to bring up any current purchase orders that are for that product. So you can choose to pre-allocate against those specific POs. And you can also do that pre-allocation, instead of doing it at the line level, you can drill down into individual shipments and pre-allocate individual shipments instead. So you see, you have, I scroll over, you have the same option there, pre-allocation options at the shipment level too. From I'm going back up to the header level now, and a couple other things here. If there's functions where we can automatically allocate an order. So when that order is issued, it's going to pull from the oldest lot in inventory and allocate this order against that automatically, based on the warehouse that you select here. That's on the issue function there. And you also have the option to automatically generate a purchase order against this. So this is really useful in the case of a direct shipment, where if I check that box, it automatically created a purchase order. So it looked at the default vendor for each of the line items that we're selling here, and it will create one or many purchase orders automatically based on that, using those vendors, and pre-allocate them. So link them with this sales order. So I can now drill down into that. And now I'm here at the purchase order level, and I can get back to the sales order level. So those two things are now linked together. In terms of the document, there is an order confirmation document that gets generated that's accessed from this link that loads the Excel template, which you can just send that out by email. You can print it or send it out by email. And if you send it out by email, that converts it to a PDF. And then the last step on the order is the issuing process. So the idea being, okay, we've now sent out this order confirmation to the customer, and they've confirmed it. And we're just going to change the status on here from not yet issued to issued. And in that case, since I have the auto allocation function turned on, it automatically allocated that order against inventory. And it also created a delivery for me, so I can just drill directly into the delivery. And if I want to generate, say, the invoice or the packing list or warehouse release documents, anything like that, I can do that right from there.